If I could have your attention, it's 5:30, so we're going to call the meeting to order. And the first item of business, I guess you would call it, is Ms. Barbara Ward-Williams is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Our mission statement tonight will be read by Butch Oliver.
Beaufort County Schools will provide quality educational programs and services to ensure student academic and vocational success.
Okay, thank you. Do we have anyone sign up for public comment? Okay, we'll move right past that, and on your computer you'll see that it's the approval of the agenda. Is there any additions or changes anyone needs on that? Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion.
Move approval.
So moved.
Okay, got a motion and a second.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's good. I heard you. A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, we have an agenda. Board minutes are attached, and hopefully you've had a chance to look over those for the April 11th meeting.
I'm going to recuse myself because I weren't here.
Okay.
I'm going to do the same, but I won't with Butch, okay?
It was okay
I was
with us.
elsewhere.
Move approval.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any questions about these minutes? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed to those? Okay. That carries us into the recognition portion of our meeting, and that'll be handled tonight by Mr. Mac Hodges, and I think I saw.
There she is.
Yeah, there she is, over to the right.
I won't need them.
All right, Matt. Feel happy.
Okay, good evening. This is always such an exciting part, character education. And for the month of April, good judgment was a character education trait. And would like to thank Scoops for sponsoring this month. So for elementary school, we had nominated from Bath Elementary, Sophie Berry, Chocowinity Middle for the elementary for 5th grade, Sarah Tucker, Chocowinity Primary, Chase Smith, Eastern Elementary, Jaden Winley, John Cotton-Tayloe, Sincere Hopkins, John Small, Montserrat Chavez, Northeast Elementary, Christopher Alonzo Burgess, and for S.W. Snowden, Ashton Carawan. And the winner is from John Cotton-Tayloe this month, Sincere Hopkins. And if Sincere can come forward, please.
Sincere's not here at this time. We just got off the phone with his mother, and she's on her way.
Okay. Do you want me to just read this later? We'll read this later.
Change the order.
So, okay. All right, that's easy. Okay. So now for middle school. For Bath Elementary, the winner was Karen Molandano. I'm just going to get that one wrong. Chocoway Middle School, Ryan Liebengood. Northeast Elementary, Brittany Bell. P.S. Jones, Betty Hickey, and S.W. Snowden, Omaron Smith. And the winner is Brittany Bell from Northeast Elementary. And Brittany Bell was nominated by Penny Maudlin, her teacher. I don't think she was able to get here, but her principal is here. And is Brittany, are your parents here? Okay, Daphne and Vernon Bell, if y'all would stand. Thank you, guys. Miss Maudlin had the following to say about Miss Brittany Bell. Good judgment is a trait that will take you very far in life. Brittany Bell has exhibited this in a very visible manner. One day, Brittany lost her homework. And while many of her peers may choose to play the blame game or simply to take a zero, not Brittany. Brittany took the initiative and actually traced independently the puzzle on another sheet of paper. She copied the questions over and completed her homework independently. She even added a note accepting responsibility for losing her homework and asking if I would accept her hand-copied version. Her good judgment shows a dedication to excellence and a willingness to go the extra mile to be the best student possible. I am proud to nominate Brittany Bell for the character trait of good judgment. Thank you, Brittany.
Congratulations, Brittany.
Congratulations.
Great job. Way to go, Brittany. Where were you when I needed to turn it on?
Back over here again.
That's good.
And who said Easter is past?
That's good.
Good example. Basket right there, okay? And what we're going to do is let you sit in and come back up in a few minutes with the superintendent and have a nice picture made, okay? Congratulations.
Thank you, Brittany. And for the high school, the nominees are Northside High School, Ashley Cullum; Washington High School, Monique Jones; Southside High School, John Bryant. And the winner for good judgment for the high school is Northside High School's Ashley Cullum. And Ashley's parents, Scott and Daphne Cullum, I know Miss Cullum is here, if you would stand up.
Stand right.
And it was presented by Melissa Boyd, was her teacher, and of course, who's right back over there. There she is, and Mr. Clark, principal's here also. I would like to nominate Ashley Cullum for this month's character education quality of good judgment. Today, it seems harder and harder for students to choose to display acts of good judgment, but I believe Ashley does so time and time again. Good judgment does not come naturally to all people. Most often, good judgment must be learned through example, and that can come from many sources. Parents, friends, church family, and especially peers are all sources for a young person to learn what they should do and should not be doing in life. Too often, it seems that young people just do what feels good without giving much, if any, thought to how it would affect them later in life. Ashley has shown me time and again that she makes decisions not based solely on what feels good, but what truly is good. Then the quote is, "The true test of a man's character is what he does when no one is watching." I watch Ashley both during and outside of class, even when she thinks I'm not, and I'm impressed by the fine young lady she is becoming. She's polite and kind to everyone she meets. Often, even in the face of others teasing her, she would just turn to them with a smile and go about her business. Other young people might attempt to make their attackers feel as bad as they might have been making them feel. Ashley steals their thunder by not allowing them to see. You can't live a perfect day until you do something for someone who will never be able to repay you. Ashley recently applied for a summer internship program at the local hospital, a position I've been told she's filled before. Most kids, if they pursue a job, want to be doing something exciting where they get to interact with a lot of people that are fun. They don't plan on filling their summers their only real time off with tedious workload of 8 hours of school day to work with the sick, elderly, and needy. Ashley really impressed me with her drive to take on such a task. I've no doubt that she will do wonderfully at this for no other reason than the people she interacts with will have their day brightened by her smile. And it is amazing how much can be accomplished if no one cares who gets the credit. These sayings and so many others, I believe, truly fit who Ashley Cullum is, a young woman. Ashley isn't a saint. She's like a lot of other young people in many areas, and this topic of good judgment doesn't cover, but I believe she's a fine example of what we are here at Northside, and that I hope will be more of the norm for students today. A young person with the inner desire to succeed in life, who takes the necessary steps to be successful, and with inner joy and peace to make good decisions along the way. I hope that Ashley is just as proud of herself as I am to have known her. So Ashley, thank you very much.
Congratulations again. What job well done. And I don't know what's in these baskets, but that's a weight. Good stuff in there. All right. Now we can get through.
Well, and we're still waiting for Sincere. I think she's on her way. So
Okay. Well, we can just wait a few minutes.
Can you wait?
Okay.
Is that okay?
All right, that'd be
Are you
fine.
okay waiting a little while?
Okay.
We'll allow Sincere to come up as soon as they're here. I'd like to ask another member of our audience and one of our students, Nathaniel Bowen, to come up. Nathaniel. Nathaniel's parents are Stacy and Chris Bowen, and I think grandparents may be here as well. We'd like you just to stand up and be recognized. We'd like to congratulate Northside High School senior Nathaniel Bowen for being appointed to the United States Air Force Academy. I want to share a little bit. You all know what a prestigious honor that is, but at the U.S. Air Force Academy, we have a rigorous academic program which balances science, technology, engineering, and math with arts and the humanities. The robust core curriculum places cadets at the intersection of these disciplines, generating opportunities to cultivate and apply creative and complex problem-solving abilities. This challenging yet rewarding academic program continues to garner national recognition, offering 27 majors and 4 minors, unique research opportunities, and a variety of postgraduate scholarships. Faculty and staff are dedicated to developing cadets as officers and scholars, stoking intellectual curiosity and a commitment to lifelong learning. This academic program is woven into the broader fabric of the Academy and its programs in character and leadership development, athletics, and armsmanship. Academy graduates are well equipped with the knowledge and critical thinking skills necessary to serve the Air Force and the nation as leaders of character. We can't tell you how proud we are that you're accepted into a distinguished program like that, and just want to say congratulations.
Thanks. I think your whole community's proud of you.
Congratulations. I'm what they call an Air Force brat. Congratulations. I can see that, dog, Air Force. I can see that uniform.
Awesome.
Get a picture of you.
Yeah, I think this has to be one we wait.
And we would like to welcome Sincere Hopkins from John Cotton Taylor, our character Ed winner, up to the front, please. And Sincere's mom is Latina Hopkins, and she's in the back, standing up. And Sincere's teacher was Holly Patrick, who's also in the back. Okay. Okay. So we're. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Ms. Patrick wrote the following. At the beginning of the year, I had to have a few meetings with Sincere to discuss behavior. He knew I wanted him to do his very best, but he was having a very hard time rising to the occasion. As time progressed, I started to notice changes. He had all his homework. He came in and got right to work. He pulled out his library book and he wanted to read. I asked him, "What's going on?" And he told me, "I want to do good and I want to make you happy." My heart just melted. For a student to look at you and tell you that they want to make you happy is one of the best feelings in the world, because when they are willing to say that to you, you know they love and respect you. His good judgment has shown day in and day out lately. He is choosing good friends to play with who encourage him to do his best, and he does the same for them. He is choosing to do his very best in the classroom by always working hard and completing all of his work. He is choosing to be the very best he can. He has passed over 60 accelerated reading tests, passed our last 2 math tests, and for the first time this year has made the AB honor roll. His good judgments have made him a success.
Your certificate. I want you to go ahead and speak to each one of the board members. They want to shake your hand for a job well done, okay? And meet me back here. I think the Easter Bunny left something for you. I don't blame you. I'd be a little shy.
Good job, buddy.
Shake that hand hard.
Good job, young man.
Keep up the good work. We'll see you here again.
Congratulations, dear. Good job. Keep that attitude.
Congratulations.
This basket's about as big as you are. This is just a little token for Will doing it, okay? All right, and now.
We'd like to get all three of our Character Ed winners back up with their certificates so we can get a picture.
You got it? Here, let me hold that for you, okay? I'll hold it for you. I promise I won't miss it. Where's the mother?
Brittany and
Yeah,
Ashley.
yeah, come right on. There you go. What you got there?
Let me take the picture. I made the basket net. Or you can put the
Now, you want to hold it.
Just see
Here,
that.
let me tell you what.
Sit in front of it. Good idea, man.
He must have broke the last
He's
one.
been around. Be all done.
We have some camera difficulties with Nathaniel's picture, so we're going to take that again.
Mama, please get back.
We did right.
You did? I told you, put that picture in the bus garage a while ago. I had a problem with that. She backed all the way out the door. We're good, okay.
Okay, this time I'd like to ask Ms. Daphne Cullum to come to the podium. And Ms. Cullum is a teacher, advisor, coach associated with the 2017 Northside High School Science Olympiad team. And they're here tonight because they are regional winners, which is the best finish in school history with extremely tough competition. So I'd like to ask her to come up and introduce each member of the team. They'll come up. We'd like to have them go through and greet the board, and then we want to get a group picture of them if they would.
When I call your name, if you'd please come up. Susanna Van Geisen. Christine Taylor. Nathaniel Bowen. Cody Jefferson. Rachel Lang. Aaliyah Brien. Elise Brien, Ashley Cullum, Jessica Foster, Amelia Woolard, Samantha Warren, Matthew Cullum, Dylan Cook, and Max Gertz. I'm trying to make sure missing tonight from our group are Lauren Brinson, Daisy and Nancy Soto, Chandler Nimmons, Katie Hopkins, Aaron Taylor, Michaela Martin, Amanda Brescia, Haley Welch, Brandon Cooper Coggins, Ari Torlitas, Alex DeLeo, and Tyler Kirk. Some of those members are part of our JV team, but they work together to support one another. But our varsity team was the team that took first place at the regional tournament this year. And this group of young people I spent Friday and Saturday with at NC State University competing in the State Science Olympiad tournament.
Congratulations. A lot of hard work, I'm sure. A lot of time went into this, I'm sure.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Good job.
When they get on the
Good. Maybe you just see the scout girl. Congratulations. Congratulations. A lot of hard work went into this goal. All of that. Congratulations for all you've done for our kids and all the work you did. I know it didn't come easy. Congratulations. Good job. Thanks so much. Doesn't come without some help.
Because I know it was a lot of hard work that we did. But before you got there, it was a lot of work.
Really?
Got a free lunch. Of course, he went on and did nothing involved in science.
But I think he's doing okay.
I think it's outstanding that we can celebrate athletic and academic championships. We're very proud of you all. And finally, I'd like to ask Mr. Sean White to come up. Sean is the athletic director at Southside High School, and we've asked him to come up tonight because he's been named the Regional Athletic Director of the Year for Region 1, and we want to say great job and congratulations.
Good job.
You don't put in much time, do you? That's some guys that put in some time right there.
Well deserved.
Into that. Is that all of our recognition?
I would like to make a quick statement.
Go right on.
I was thinking about Mr. Clark with all the, I think he had a trifecta tonight with all the representation from the north side. And I think, I was thinking of you, but I think we also need to think about all the administrators, all the parents, all the teachers, siblings, everything that goes into making this county what it is as far as education is concerned. We should be proud of ourselves as a whole, as a village. So I'd like to just everybody give each other an applause for.
And that's pretty evident by look at the number of people that always turn out. That's why we enjoy this part of the meeting. Plus, the next part of the meeting is not usually as enjoyable. So at this time, we generally will take a few minutes to break in case you came just for the recognition portion. And this is when we generally clear the room out. But we want you to know you're welcome to stay for the business part of the meeting. It might not be as exciting, but it's important. But now's a good time if you would like to exit. And we do appreciate you coming and supporting, well, your kids, grandkids, and the students. And we thank you for all you do. We really do. So we'll take a few minutes break right now. I need to refresh it.
And here they go.
Well, see, when I saw it,
Yep. You get the Air Force Academy on your agenda.
Oh. It's the best part of the meeting.
yes, the few minutes that we take versus what they've put into it means, I mean, it's nothing.
Thank you, Ms. Cole.
Well, thank you. And good luck to you in your endeavors.
That is a
My dad was
Good job, bro. Go say hi. Go, Pants.
And okay, quite sure they'll take care of that.
It's like they can find shake or whatever they need.
I don't trade my shake for his anytime. No. Thank you for coming.
Very proud of you. Congratulations.
We'll be there.
Enjoy it.
Congratulations again.
Basically,
Congratulations. That's
yeah,
awesome.
actually, I didn't see him anyway, so
I know you
I was
are.
wondering about that.
Storage building it.
That's a pretty good group of seniors there.
What they're talking about, that little.
I think we're a little biased, but it's a good group. Yep.
I think we're gonna take on Walmart over there. Hey, look at all the square footage there. It's amazing.
Is that where it's not that big?
No, not some of them. It's not.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't completely clear. We didn't completely clear it. Yeah. Is that it? Okay, that's going to take us now into the no action portion of the meeting. And the first item up is an update from Higher Heights. And I believe tonight Dr. Moeller and Loretta Evison is here with us. So it's all yours. And welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. It's amazing how it clears out. My name is Dr. Christy Moeller, and I am the board chair for Higher Heights. I've been the board chair for about a year now, and currently I am the interim program coordinator also for Higher Heights. We had to replace our program coordinator after Christmas, and since I wasn't working and have the qualifications, I'm filling in until we can find somebody who is qualified and capable of filling the position. Before I go any further, I would just really want to say to the school board and to the school system, thank you so much for your support. We have just been incredibly blessed by the support that the school system has provided to our program this year in particular. Particularly Ms. Lisa Duke, who has been on one of our committees helping us with one of our fundraisers, and it's just been such an amazing help. So I just wanted to thank you again and again and again for your help. I already told you as an update, I am the interim coordinator right now. We are wanting to have time to be able to find somebody who would fill our program coordinator position well, and we are working on that. But in the meantime, I've been meeting with kids, with our girls. We work with, for those of you who don't know, we work with pregnant and parenting teenagers. Our whole goal is to keep them in school. And our second goal is to prevent a secondary pregnancy while they're in school, so that they can finish school. It's hard enough with one kid, but if you were to add another one, it would be even harder. And so our goal is to keep the kids in school. Currently, we have served about 25 students this year. That doesn't include babies. That only includes the kids. And we have had, since December 25th, we've had 7 births. So some of those students are students from programs from last, who are parenting. They've been parenting. They had a baby last year, and they're still part of the program now. So we don't have 25 new babies this year. The other thing that we are doing right now, as far as updates go, we are prepping for our pig picking of the year, of the cause, Pig Picking for a Cause, which is our big fundraiser of the year. We are using this money that we'll be raising for our budget, as well as we're beginning work on our maternity home. We have a house that the city is leasing us, or the county is leasing us, but it needs a lot of renovation. We also have a lot of work to do as far as setting up our program. Once the maternity home is set up and running, we will be I think we'll be the only maternity home in Eastern North Carolina. If you need to go to a maternity home right now, you have to go to Charlotte, or I want to say Durham, Chapel Hill, or Charlotte. Yeah, as far as I know, it's Chapel Hill, Durham, that far west in the state. And the other thing that will be unique about our maternity home is that a lot of maternity homes, you're allowed to go, have your baby, and then you have to leave. But you're a teen parent, you're a brand new mom, you have a brand new baby, you're trying to stay in school, and now you have to find a place to live and support yourself. So with our program being the goal of getting through school graduating, hopefully going on to college, our goal is they'll come to us, have their baby, and they'll come back to us until they're finished with school, if that's what they need to do. So the pig picking this year has even more significance for us because we are working to raise, our budget has to become higher. We have to raise quite a bit more money this year in order to do the renovations as well as prepare our program, licensure, accreditation, staff, all that stuff. So our pig picking is May 12th. It is a Friday night. It starts at 6. It goes until 10. We will have a DJ. This DJ is involved with a shagging group, and so there will be dancing. It will be at Mitch St. Clair's ranch. He has been so gracious to allow us to use that. This is our 3rd year doing this. And we're going to have a silent auction, a live auction, and a cake auction. And food is being catered. There will be a pig, it's a pig picking, so there will be an actual pig. And cost is $20 per person or $35 per couple. So if you would like to get a ticket, Lisa Duke has tickets. Renee McCoy, also here at Central Administration, has tickets over in Building 4, I think it is. And my work number and my email address is on here too. So let me pass these out to you guys. Feel free to post a flyer. And I think that's about it as far as updates. We're really working hard on getting started on our maternity home. And which is why, again, this year, this fundraiser in particular is very important for us to be able to fulfill our budget for next year, our program budget, and then also keep going. What? Oh, we have I've got tons here. Help yourself. Our goal is to sell 350 tickets. So we have a few more weeks to do that. And I have tickets here tonight. If you need tickets, we'll take a check or cash. So, any questions?
Any questions for me?
Now, thank you. I know all the hard work that goes into it, and I applaud everyone's efforts. That's part of it. And I've attended your banquets and the pig picking and support the program. And it's currently, we have a new board member. It's currently housed at the Ed Tech Center.
Yes.
Terry, so that's where it is. I don't know in what building, but it's currently
We're in Building
housed.
2, right across from Mr. Jackson's office.
Okay.
And he and Mrs. Green have both been very, very helpful. Well, everybody, actually. I tell you, the sheriff guy here in the office is the resource officer for the school, and he comes through and greets me every day. And so it's just been a wonderful place to be at EdTech.
Well, I thank you. I know the importance of those girls finishing school and getting their diploma.
Any other comments? If not, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's going to take us into an action portion of the meeting. And John Cotton Taylor, yep, there he is, Mr. Mitchell, I believe has something he'd like to share with us.
I do. I'm coming tonight just to seek permission to place a freestanding 8x10 storage shed on our campus. It's going to be stored inside the track area. I have a picture of the shed as well as where we're going to place the shed.
Okay, we've got it on our screen here. Boy,
So it's a 10x10 cement slab that's already existing. Lowe's has been generous enough not to donate, but they've reduced the price for us so we can buy it. Our PTA actually purchased this for our PE program. And so I've already talked to Mr. Hudson. He's agreeing that he'll actually place the structure down so it's secure. And I'm just coming here just to seek permission to place that on our campus.
Okay. Stan, is everything covered? Any issues that we need to know about?
Everything's there.
Okay.
Make sure secure.
Okay. What's the board's pleasure?
Move approval.
Second.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
So all in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you for coming
Thank
by.
y'all.
Be a problem. Well, they've already, since the slab is there, I guess we don't have much choice. I was just thinking about
The location,
drainage.
yeah.
It's on the high part of the track. The other side of the track does flood some, but this is on the high spot. This afternoon, I actually went out and looked, and from the rain last night, the other side is totally flooded, but this side is totally dry, so we'll be good with
If
that.
it was going to show up, it would have
It
done
would
it
have
today.
definitely done it today.
Yeah, so you won't be seeing it, I don't
Absolutely.
imagine.
Let's hope not, anyway.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Mr. Mitchell, appreciate it. Capital budget update. I believe that would be you, Mr. Hudson.
Good afternoon.
Is this something new you're passing?
You should have it posted, I know you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to look over the Easter break projects first?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We had a very, very busy Easter break while everybody was out of school.
That's just one copy.
That's just a paper copy, I think, got started.
It's on the computer.
It's still on your computer. It's the first document.
Just hand those back. Okay, we're looking at the Easter break.
Yes, sir. We were able to spread the love. We covered quite a few projects during the week while we were out. I'll actually run over them right quick, if you don't mind. The Chocowindy Primary, we did complete has completed the front door access, part of our security lockdown for the schools. Eastern Elementary, we installed their new commercial siding glass at the front door. Really made their front entry look very professional and nice and secure. East Carolina Communication is currently working tonight as we speak, trying to finish up the installation of the new intercom system, and they're having to do a dual thing. They're keeping the old one in works while they're installing the new one. So as they take out one, they make one live on the new system, but both of them will talk together at this moment. SW Snowden, we had 2 classrooms that we took the 2x4 ceiling tile and grid out and put 2x2 ceiling tile back in where we had a lot of moisture problems, and insulation above that was replaced. Very nice ceilings. The teacher said they loved the 2 rooms down there. Also at SW Snowden, we applied the epoxy floor finish to the gym lobby, canteen, coach's office, and a restroom. Made a great change in the appearance of it. Building 4 here at this campus, we installed a new sewer system for Building 4 to fix the problems we had there. And we started on our renovation of the male and female restrooms here in central office, and that will still be ongoing for the next couple of weeks. Washington High School, they installed 16 of the new cameras, 360-degree radius cameras throughout the school system, through the school campus. John Cotton Taylor, our staff replaced 4 of the old barred units, so that completes the 2.5 tons installed at that campus. We still have quite a few more of the other ones, so as summer break we'll get those. Technology server room, that unit failed, and it was nice that we had one on hand. So we just took one out of our stock and replaced it the same day, because that room has to stay conditioned at all time to keep our servers up and going. Well, that's school system wide. Chocowindy Primary, we hope we have found the reason for the high water. We've looked for it for the past year, and we've had a section of concrete that would not dry up, and upon digging that piece up and digging down about 3.5 foot, we found a hole in the main water line. Just gushing water. So that has been repaired temporarily. We want to dig up about 20 foot of it and replace that section of the pipe, but we got to do that one afternoon when school's closed. We didn't have time during our Easter break. And another note that's not on there, we have started with the approval of Mr. Willie Mack, we have started the cooling tower stuff, getting the PO and stuff set up for the U.S. Communities project. That stuff was all approved. Mr. Willie Mack did the research, and we are proceeding with that, getting the POs and stuff for that cooling tower replacement.
Okay. Yeah, I was out at CPS today. They were digging that up, and I would say you should see it dry now, but after yesterday, I don't think it's not going to look dry. But I think that was the problem.
Yes.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. We've been looking for it. We knew we had water usage because we could sit out there at night when the school was closed, and we could find water. We checked all the toilets, we checked all the sinks. You know, we did mass things over different breaks, and we could not find it. And just one of the custodians just happened to note to us that there's a piece of concrete here hadn't been dry in the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's wet. So when we dug down, it's part of the old water main for the 1947 building. It went into what was the boiler room where the principal's office is now. Used to be the boiler room. That area was built up and offices built there in that space. So, but I hope that helps our water problems there. So
I would think so. I was just gonna comment on the system-wide, the 300,000 for the cameras. Can you work with Russ to get us a balance of what's used, what's not? Because that just carries over from month to month, which I know there's not 300,000 sitting there. I already know that. But how much has been used is what I need to find out. Does anyone have any other questions for Stan?
And the second attachment is basically the same thing that we just went over, just a detailed.
Yeah, actually, the second I should have said that. The second attachment is the one I'm looking at. I printed a copy before I
Right.
came to the meeting. Does anybody have any questions for him?
Thank you, Stan.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well, yes, I do.
Okay, well, you go ahead, because I got some too, but you go first.
Okay. I was by Ed Tech today. Are you aware of the ceiling fell in?
No, ma'am.
Oh my God.
Where was it at?
In the media center.
Not
It
aware.
fell on the computers got wet. The ceiling is in the trash can and the buckets are sitting there with the water in them.
Did they not think to call?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
hasn't it called?
Got a roof leak.
I
Right.
know.
Might have been in
I will follow up with it just as soon as I get out of
Well,
here.
roof leak, it's so bad. I was there today about 11:30, 12 o'clock. I had stopped by Stan to look at the work that had been done
In the cafeteria.
in the cafeteria. I think the doors are great, really look good. Kind of concerned about that.
Yes,
You're
ma'am,
going
that
to
is.
do something with that ramp, right? You're going to seal it or something? That
We're gonna put an
cement?
epoxy anti-slip on inside of it, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We brush finished the outside, so it's not a problem, and it meets all the ADA requirements, so.
Okay.
But appearance-wise, we're gonna do something on the inside to make it look nicer.
Okay, and on
Yes.
that around that is, will it be some kind of safety mark or something so that, it looked like, as I watched the kids, when they was going in and out the door, it's a stumbling block, they're stumbling, and I don't know if they're not looking where they're going.
It's gotta be that, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I think it's different for them, I know, it's a different thing, so I didn't know that, sometimes they have like maybe a yellow paint around the edges of it
We
or
can
something
caution
like
it, yes,
that.
ma'am.
And you did tell me that you have ordered tile for that?
We're gonna
right?
epoxy it,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because the tile will make it too slippery if somebody
I mean,
comes in
the
with wet
tile
shoes.
that's broken around it.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
gonna
They're supposed to be
redo
fixing that.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it looks good. The other thing is, with the community help that we're getting, Don, did you say we would be willing to have some community help to do some painting or something? Sure. Okay. They're asking to get those benches and those pot there's in between the media center and the building, the office.
Yes, ma'am.
They could get those painted.
Okay. Yeah, we've been using community service workers as they come in. I only currently have 2 that's available to us at this time. So that's the only 2 that we have, which I thought we would have more, but I told them I would take all that we could get.
Okay, so if that, I don't know if it's what's gonna happen. We had
Yes,
a little
ma'am.
big
I will-
rain today, but we need to try to do something about that water coming in on those
I agree.
computers.
We'll get on it.
Yeah, okay.
The only one I was going to ask you about, I know we've already talked, but just, you're going to have to refresh my memory. I got lots of notes, and I see lots of these.
Yes, sir.
Was that on and back down at North Side again, over the bus rider out to the, actually out to the buses? And I know we discussed the width of it. Where did we leave that at?
It was over our budgeted amount. It needs to come
Right,
back
that's
before
right.
y'all for approval whether to roll it over to this coming year or to make it the width. But we cannot go as wide as some other board members wanted the total width from what the engineer says. It can't go that far without a lot of structural steel. So, but I'll present that back to you next time.
Because we finalized.
There's actually 3 of them, John Cotton Taylor, Eastern Elementary, and Northside, all 3 of them come
That's
in
right.
over budget.
I wasn't going to ask you, but yeah, they're on here. The one for John Cotton Taylor's on there too. Because I looked over, well, I don't have to look over because we just finished the 2017-18 budget and we didn't roll it over. So we're going to have to figure out what to do with it.
Well, it would
Don't
take some
mind.
additional funding
I
to,
understand.
yeah.
I get it. The only other thing I was going to mention to you, and I'd mentioned to you earlier, but I wanted the board to hear it too. I believe we're in the first year of a 2-year custodial services contract.
Yes, sir.
And you and I know that there's been some issues. I'm going to call them issues. Can you check a couple of things for me on that?
Yes, sir.
One, make sure that we are, I know we are, but where are we at in the first year of our 2-year contract? what are our options if going forward we have the same issues that we're currently having? And you might want to get with Don and y'all discuss it and bring us a recommendation on what you think how we ought to proceed. Because if we're where I think we're at, about halfway less than halfway, is that right? Less than halfway the first year of the contract?
Correct.
I don't know that I want to continue for 18 months like what I'm hearing about right now. So you want to talk about that with them? I mean, Don, and then just come back to
Yes,
the
sir.
board?
We'll present
There's just
back
been
to you.
issues for the board to know. The schools, when they make their supply list of what they need each month, well, that's not what they get. They get, well, Stan can tell you more. Why am I
They get
talking?
what the company wants to send them, then the custodians know how many trash bags it takes, how many dust mops it takes. They've done it for years, and the company's cutting them as short. We run out of paper towels and toilet papers before the Easter break. We had to go scavenge from other schools. Just the quality of merchandise. They've changed trash bags 3 times since we've had them, trying to get a trash bag that will hold liquids at our elementary school level so that they don't have to wash the trash cans every single day. Because when the can liner leaks, then they've got to wash the trash cans. That's putting more work on our custodial staff, so.
Have you had correspondence with them?
Yes, ma'am. We've had
And
multiple.
what's their reply?
They keep trying to improve, but they just hadn't give us a good quality product in a lot of the areas. They've changed products, but we still haven't got a quality product.
Are you talking to the same person, or are you
Yes,
going
ma'am.
up the pecking order?
Well, there's only 2.
It's all the
Yeah.
way at the top of the pecking order. For the benefit, Stan has copied me on the emails, so what he's saying, not that I would doubt him, but what he's saying is true because I've been copied on everything. And it's always been, well, an excuse.
Is
But-
there a clause for us to withdraw if
Yes,
we're not
ma'am.
satisfied?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the company out of Lumberton
No.
or Chapel Hill?
Chapel Hill, or Hillsborough.
Hill, well, close, okay, all right.
But I was by some schools and I checked with the head custodians that I knew for long-term, and just to see, what they thought. And it was like, they said it was like Christmas every month when they get their order, what might be in it versus what they thought was going to be in
So
it.
they don't tell them they're gonna change the merchandise?
No.
Well, they must have had some
It just
changes.
shows up.
Those people used to get bragged on how good they were.
I don't know.
Well,
Or have they,
Budget, yeah.
I think they under-budgeted their costs,
get
and they're
the
trying to make
contract,
it every way they can. Yes.
And this week, there was another issue I won't get into, but Stan covered that as well with them. And it was written in the RFP specifically to provide, and yet they provided something different. And Stan has questioned them, why did you not follow the RFP and the contract? I don't think he's heard yet, but just to let you know, it's still ongoing as recent as this week.
Yep.
So check into it, see what our options are and what you might would recommend, and you and Dr. Fish can talk about it, and just bring back to the board what you think.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of money. We need what we're paying for.
Any other?
Thanks, Stan.
Thank y'all.
Okay. Community use of facilities.
Real quick,
and
was there no
Don-
action
Okay,
item
yeah,
for
sure, go right
this?
ahead. No, there was no bids. It was brought in as one, but then there was nothing to be, no RFP came back in. Is that right, Stan? So you don't need a approval on anything tonight?
No, sir. No approval.
Yeah, it was going to be, but nothing, they didn't come back in. Okay. Community use of facilities?
Policy 5030 is here for second reading, and I just wanted to walk through that a little bit and give you background on what we're looking at, and there's another companion document that goes along with this that we don't put as part of the policy, and it's the rate schedule. And the reason for that is if it's part of the policy, anytime we make an adjustment to that, we have to come back for board approval. So before this actually gets executed and we send it out, we're going to be updating that rate schedule, and we'll bring it back for you to see for your information. But if you scroll through that, a couple things that are highlights that we're working to do. We want to make sure that we've got custodial and utility fees, and in some areas you'll see that we've struck the word may and it says they will be charged, just to make sure that we're getting what we're having to pay out for the use of those facilities, and that varies depending on the kind of group that we're looking at. Also, that we've increased the number of days that we're asking for the application process from 10 to 15 to give us a little bit more time. We also have added an online form that can be used, and the two biggest pieces that I want you to be aware of is we are no longer going to allow the kitchens to be used, and the reason for that is the child nutrition, that equipment that's in the kitchen has to be inspected. There's wear and tear on that. We're reliant on people cleaning it the way that our child nutrition folks would clean it. but we are going to allow folks to use the serving line. So if they have a catered meal, they can come in and go through the cafeteria. The other part, if you look on page 405, down near the middle of the page on damages and liability, and this is something I feel like we need to do that keeps me and other individuals out of could be a tenuous situation. It says that all user groups except school-sponsored groups must furnish a certificate of insurance for general liability coverage with a total limit coverage of $1 million for each claim made. And then there's been a clause there that says alternately the superintendent or designee may require the group to execute a waiver of liability. I don't feel comfortable offering a waiver of liability, and I think if anyone's going to use our facility, they ought to have that insurance. And if they don't have that insurance, then they shouldn't have access to our facility for our very own protection. And you get into some sticky situations where you provide waivers for one group and you don't do it for another, and I just prefer not to provide the waiver at all. And so if you want to use the facility, you have that insurance, and that's part of it. So what I'd like to ask for is your approval, and again, I'll come back to you when we get the rate updates, and that will be use of facilities, inside, outside, the cost in terms of using a field with lights, all those types of things that a group may be interested in.
And this is the same one, second reading. It's already been in our hands for 30 days, so.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any last questions about it? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Okay, thank you, Don. Let's move over to the trustee appointment at the community college.
The trustee appointment, the position that is up for reappointment this time during the year is Ms. Betty Randolph. And I know Ms. Eltha Booth has talked with her. I talked to Ms. Randolph today, and she is interested and very excited about the possibility of serving again. So I'd like to put her name up as a recommendation for us to have her as our representative for the term that expires June 30th, 2017, to begin that term again.
Okay.
Move approval, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. Any discussion? Any others that you need to talk about? I take it not then. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed to Ms. Randolph? I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
I know. Thank you. Quick field trip review.
We have 4. I'd like to present these all at one time for you, if that's okay.
Sure.
And they all, coincidentally, I think in some cases, they occur, they're overnight trips. They occur the 28th and 29th of April. The first one is trip 10261 from Southside. It involves an Envirothon team going to Cedar Rock Park, Burlington, North Carolina for a state competition. You can see the number of students and the appropriate number of adult chaperones carrying a minivan, and the way they're going to pull that off is we have one of the adults going to take a private vehicle, so they'll be able to use a minivan. Trip 10255 is the same trip for Northeast Elementary. They're going to be traveling by bus, traveling with Northside High School. And then trip 10281 Bath Elementary to the Lego Robotics in Charlotte state competition. They're going to be traveling with P.S. Jones, and P.S. Jones, because you have to enter these as separate trips, is listed there as trip 10285. These are trips because the students have earned the ability to go to a state level competition, and we certainly look forward to that. As we saw tonight, there's great reward in our students having that opportunity to compete at the state level. So I'd like to ask for your approval on all 4 of these.
Move approval.
One quick question. The north side, have they already been approved, or?
We've done that earlier, I think.
Okay.
As I said, and this is the way I like to see them with the chaperones. We actually have more adults than students on some of these trips, which generally we have a policy of 1 adult for so many students. Is it 15? But here we have as many as 6 adults for 4 students. So I think there's plenty of eyes to be upon them. So I like that.
I think they're good.
Yep. So we got a motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed to that? Yeah, I think they're good, Mac, don't you? I think they better behave. Not that they wouldn't. Not that they would.
Some parents need some supervision.
Well,
You're talking about life again.
I may think that, but I won't going to say it. That carries us to where we need to go into closed session for some personnel issues right quick.
I move that we go into closed session pursuant to General Statute 143-318.11A1 to prevent disclosure of confidential personnel files under General Statute 115C-321. Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to go in closed session. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed to closed session? Then we're in. Okay, we're back in open session, and the first order of business is to approve the personnel agenda for today's date that was just discussed.
Move approval.
Okay, have a motion and a second on the personnel agenda. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed to what's on there? Okay, calendar update for April, May.
We
Which
had
April?
April the 24th and 25th, which were yesterday and today. And then May the 2nd, May the 3rd, and May the 16th. The 2nd is our work session, which is our beginning of the month meeting, and then the 16th is the monthly meeting that we have. And then the 3rd was what we had scheduled for our special call meeting with the commissioners. And what I'd like to ask is if we can meet briefly on the 1st of May, just to do some settling up with our local requests that we've got based on some action that's taking place in the General Assembly as we speak. We want to come back and give you an update and hopefully get some finality to that before we have our meeting on the 3rd.
Can we do that at 5 or 5:30?
Whatever works for you all.
What works? Everybody go around the room.
I have a question.
Sure.
Can y'all do 5:30?
Could we do
5:30 is better.
could we do the meetings Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday?
Not, well, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Thursday is the transportation banquet.
Yeah.
It's also a senior night.
That's fine. Okay,
My baby's
that's
senior
fine.
night.
That's fine.
Okay.
The work session on the 2nd is going to be light. We've had so much work that we've done in the last
And
couple of
Monday's
months.
meeting won't take more than an hour at the
No,
most.
no.
So what did with time?
Well,
Can-
these folks drive in from work.
Can we not do Monday and Tuesday at the same time? I mean, the same meeting?
Don't, well,
If we do Monday, I'd ask that we do it at 5:30. I have a 4 o'clock meeting on Tuesday here in town. I may be a little late for 5 o'clock, but for our
The-
Tuesday meeting, but I should be here. Shouldn't take me much more than an hour to wrap that meeting up.
5:30 really works better for me. It doesn't make me have to close.
the only
it.
thing with doing them both is if you do them Tuesday, that won't give them time to put the budget stuff together before
That's not what
noon
I'm
on
saying,
Wednesday.
Terry.
No, I'm saying, but
No,
he was
asking.
asking. He was asking.
I'm
And,
hoping we can finish up Monday.
Can we
so
do 'em
get
both
everything
Monday?
ready on-
well,
So Tuesday.
you can, I won't be, I'll be here for the first hour and then I'll be gone.
Yeah.
So Tuesday meeting
Let's do good.
is
Do it like
regular
at
meeting.
That's fine.
5?
I was just making a suggestion.
Oh, I hear you, but we want to accommodate whatever we can.
Okay, so Monday's gonna be 5:30, Tuesday gonna be 5 o'clock.
Well, to be decided here.
Oh,
But no more than an hour at the most.
okay.
Is there any other way to do it? I mean, I don't know any other way to do
No,
it.
and I hate that we're pushing this, but we've been waiting on the General Assembly to take some action for us to
Yeah.
get answers, and I feel like we're finally at that point.
What about an 8 o'clock in the morning meeting, Monday?
Well, these guys had to go to
Oh,
work.
that's too
No.
hard.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
You'd have to make it 6 o'clock in the morning,
I got you.
which I can make.
So can I.
Well, we all make it. I don't know if we'd be
I try.
available, awake or
Well,
not.
I'd be fine. I just have to leave at 7:30 and go to
Well,
work.
since we're having 3 in that week,
Yeah, that's
5:30
the only
would work
problem.
better for those of us, right, Terry?
Well, see, we've got 3
Seeing we have
plus,
2 back-to-back, it would work better.
yeah, see, we got 3 plus the thing on Thursday.
Right.
So you got 4 nights out. So what is the pleasure of the board again? What's it sound like?
It's
5:30 Monday, 5 Tuesday, and 12 Wednesday.
Okay.
That-
That's right.
Yeah.
I can do it.
I won't
5:30
make
Monday.
12 o'clock on Wednesday.
5:30.
I'm sorry.
Well, I can say it on camera because by the time they
I'd
hear
love to be
this,
here. Why don't you talk to my boss?
by the time they hear this on TV, it'll already be over. You won't miss anything.
I'm pigeonholed for something else on Wednesday. I tried.
Okay,
Today.
board member updates?
I just want to let you know that the park is on go. The community park is on go. The city have just gave us the bathrooms, so they're getting ready to start that. That's going to be the first entity on the park. So that will go on. Hopefully they'll start doing that on next week. And that's in, that's about where we are at this time. And Michelle has been a great help and with that. Also, she worked very hard to make sure that everything is in line coming from. I've spoken several times with Adam, who is the regional person for the KB Reynolds Foundation, So we would just want to let you know that it's moving.
Okay.
It's moving. Hopefully, we will be doing the dedication service on August the 5th. August the 5th, we will be doing the dedication service. And I do hope that some of the board members can be there, since we are so willingly dedicated that field over there for the park. And it looks like it's going to be a great adventure.
And you'll keep us posted.
Sure.
Okay. Superintendent updates?
HB 13 update, this was the class size reduction work. They started work last night. We had a conference call today at 8, and what we've been told is the compromise has been reached. It's working through the chambers. I'm not sure if it's completed yet, but as it's been presented, it pushes back the anticipated class size reduction to the year 18-19. It gives us an extra year. It reduces the current class sizes by 1, which will help us out greatly. We've got to get the final numbers for us to take a look at that. And what we're also told is that as we look into the 18-19 year, there'll be additional funding for what they call the enhancement teachers, which is art, music, PE, and world languages. So we feel like that will help us as we move into that 18-19 school year to get that done. And then there's some other reporting requirements. And the last thing I had, and I want to say this on behalf of our board as well, I want to thank the Beaufort Community College President, Barbara Tansey, who's going to be retiring very soon, for being a great partner with us on many different issues. Whether it was to brainstorm or create a new program or find solution to existing problems, she's always been receptive and willing to work with us. And I want to thank her for her service to education and wish her the best in her next phase of life, and just say thank you for being a good partner and helping us in the many ways that you have.
Okay. Yep. Anything else?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn. Second.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you.